Hello everyone, welcome to Podcast, and today we'll discuss the implementation and introduction of ChatGPT. Starting with the history of the ChatGPT, it was developed by OpenAI, and it is basically a research organization founded in 2015 to ensure artificial general intelligence benefits all of humanity. It is started from 2018. OpenAI released GPT-1 and followed by GPT-2, GPT-3, GPT-4. So this is the sequence and the month different models of the ChatGPT were launched, starting from GPT-1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4. We also have the mini one, 4.1 mini, which is lightweight, fast, and affordable option. Now, what is ChatGPT? So, it is an AI chatbot built on the GPT, that is the Generative Pre-trained Transformers language model. It can understand and generate human text, human-like text. It was trained on massive internet data, and it is capable of conversation, question answering, summarization, and many more uses. You can think of it as an intelligent assistant that can read, write, explain, and solve problems. So these are the use cases of the ChatGPT. Now, how to use the ChatGPT with OpenAI key? First, we need to go to the website and specifically to the platform where you can generate your personal effects. You can use the basic $5 package, and it is good to go with the basic package. Now, you can use Python to interact with the model. This is the instruction or the syntax through which you can access the OpenAI in your local environment. You need to paste your key here, the secret key. Then we have the syntax OpenAI.chat completion.create. We will mention the model name. We have also the messages, role, user, content, and whatever the question you are asking will be placed here. And we will print the response by syntax. It is an easy way to get access to the OpenAI. Now, working of the ChatGPT, it was based on Transformers architecture. It predicts next word using context like autocomplete, and next word prediction is basically used in ChatGPT. We can fine tune the with RLHF, which is the reinforcement learning from human feedback. It also learns grammar, facts reasoning from training corpus. So when we discuss the training, ChatGPT is trained on billions of text documents using transformer-based deep learning. It is used also for text token prediction. It generates text by predicting the next word, as we have seen here, and it is also using the reinforcement learning, so to align better with the human intent. And it also has memory, which is limited one. It remembers the message in the current conversation, but does not persist memory between 2 seconds unless we are in the pro setting. Now, advantages of ChatGPT are: it is fast and interactive. We can basically interact as we are talking to a human. It is highly versatile. We can code, we can write, we can explain, we can translate, we can summarize. So multiple tasks can be done using ChatGPT. It saves time and boosts productivity. It is quite productive when we ask questions in a specific way and a specific prompt containing the whole details. It is customizable with system instructions and memory. It is more natural. It can do conversation like human like and answer quickly to complex questions also. It can speed up writing, coding, and research. It can and it basically learns from prompt to tailor responses. Now, moving on with the disadvantages of ChatGPT, it may approve inaccurate or outdated info. In case of the inaccurate, if the prompts given to the ChatGPT are not specific and more detailed one, we can get the inaccurate answer. And if we ask current questions to the or the recent event to the ChatGPT, it will not show the correct answer. So it will show basically the outdated info. Now, it is prone to overconfidence in wrong answer. Sometimes it may hallucinate, and it can overconfidently also give wrong answer, which we can assume that it can be correct also. So we should always verify the answer given by the ChatGPT. Now, it depends heavily on the prompt quality. So there comes the prompt engineering. When we do prompt engineering and when we learn the prompt engineering technique, we can avoid this disadvantage that it depends heavily on the prompt quality. We have to give more specific prompts to get the expected answer. Now, it is not a replacement for domain expertise. So wherever the domain expertise comes into the picture, ChatGPT cannot work like same. Now, it may, as we have discussed, it may generate incorrect or biased answer. It doesn't understand the truth. It only learns from the pattern. And if we are using the free API, it has no real memory. It can't remember the past chat, and usage is rate limited and it is paid for high volume. Now, moving on with the applications of the ChatGPT, we can use it in business for the creation of the chatbots or for the customer support. In education, we have tutoring and content summarization. We can also use it for research purposes, for idea generation, knowledge research. It is also used in medical field. Now, recently, it has been using it is vastly being used for research purposes for creation of new drugs for any critical health related issues also. For the web, we can do the blog writing, content writing, product description. We can use it for coding, for the debugging of the code, and also the writing function. Now, in case of the education, we can use also for the note summarization, and programming. We have discussed as it is used for the code generation and debugging. For customer support also, we can use it. We can use the AI chatbot for help desk. We can write blogs, resumes, and also stories. So that are the different applications of the ChatGPT. Now, in case of summary, ChatGPT is an intelligent AI chatbot from OpenAI, as we have seen earlier. The 4.1 mini is API accessible, which is light and powerful, and it is useful for a wide range of real-world applications. And as we have seen, some cases it can hallucinate. So we should always verify the answers given by the ChatGPT, and also should guide its output. Now, the best uses for the ChatGPT are the education, automation, and writing. As we discussed the disadvantage, it can be inaccurate and no long-term memory is there. It For the advantages, it is fast, powerful, and it is multi-purpose, and we can access through OpenAI API keys. So this is the basic introduction of the ChatGPT, and now we'll move on towards the implementation part. So we'll start the implementation of the ChatGPT. Whenever you buy the API keys, you will get a secret key, and that secret key will be mentioned here. We will need to create a new secret name. We'll write the OpenAI, and we will paste the API keys here. And after that, we have to type from, as we are using Google Colab, Google Colab import user data, then open AI key is equal to user data dot get, and whatever the name you have mentioned here for the key, you have mentioned the OpenAI. So we'll get that OpenAI, and we need to get in our environment OS dot environment. Okay, OpenAI API key. OpenAI. Then first of all, we need to install the OpenAI. So pip install OpenAI. Then we need to import it. Import OpenAI. Okay. Now we'll start with the basic ChatGPT prompt. We'll type basic chat ChatGPT prompt. For that, we'll create a variable named response, and OpenAI dot chat completion dot wait, and we will mention first of all the model here. Model equal to, we'll mention the GPT-4. Then we'll give the message is equal to, we'll create a dictionary where we'll assign the role system, then content, whatever the content we're giving. Now we'll give the system the content that you are a helpful assistant. You are a helpful assistant. And then we'll ask our question. For that, we'll create another dictionary, assign the role. The role will be user, and the content will be explain uh, data science in simpler terms. Now, for printing the response or getting the output, we can say response. From that, we need choices and zero and messages and content. Okay, yeah, we need to make some message. Okay, so the ChatGPT has given the response. So I would be happy to explain it in science in simple terms. This way we can get our response from ChatGPT, and it is a basic ChatGPT prompt how we can use the ChatGPT. So moving on, we'll see basics of prompt engineering. So we'll give the prompt prompt one will mention. Say, tell me or write a poem about data science. And then we'll create a variable where we'll of response OpenAI dot chat completion dot create, and then we'll mention the model here. We'll use the GPT-4, then we'll give the method is equal to first of all we'll create a dictionary, we'll create a role, and mention that we are the user, and the content will be our prompt, whatever the prompt we have made, prompt one. Okay, and will the print the response. Print response, then choices, zero, the message, and content. Okay, it has given a poem about data science. In the wide, mysterious realm of coding might lies a world alive, intense, clear, and bright. So, quite an interesting and good poem. A universe called data science, drenched in light, exploring numbers and patterns day and night. So, you can see how we can use ChatGPT to write poem, also quite long one. I think we can win the poem competition by using such poem, and it is quite good one, and quite rhyming words are also there. So, moving on. We'll see how we can build a question answering bot. Q&A bot will do. That is the question and answering. We'll create a function ask GPT, and here we'll pass the question, and then we'll create a variable with response. For that we need OpenAI dot chat completion dot create. Here we mention the model GPT-4. Then we'll mention the messages. Yeah, we mentioned the role also. Role user. Another one is content. Now your content will be our question. So we'll mention the question, and then we'll return our response. So for that, return response dot response choices, then zero first part, and then messages, and then content. Now we'll add question to our function, that is ask GPT. Tell me a joke on data science. Here is the CV method. Oh, why don't data scientists get sunburn? Because they always use layers of protection. Quite a good joke. So in this way, you can also create a bot, question answering bot using ChatGPT. Now we'll see how we can do summarization task using ChatGPT. So for that part, we mention here like summarization, and we'll mention the text here. So machine learning, we'll talk about machine learning. Machine learning is a field of artificial intelligence. Okay, intelligence that uses, I'm just using some random text here, statistical technique. Okay, techniques to give computer systems the ability to learn. So this is our text. So, okay. Now these are sample text, and we'll try to summarize it. So for that, response would be OpenAI dot chat completion dot create, and then as usual we'll mention the model name, we'll mention the GPT-4, then we'll give the message equal to okay. Now we'll mention the dictionary and the role is the user and content. Now here while giving the content, we'll use the string and we'll say summarize. Summarize what? Summarize the text. Okay. And then we'll print the response. Response, then choices, then zero, then message, and then content. So it has summarized. Machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence that employs practical method to enable computer to improve their performance over time. So learning from data without being explicitly programmed. I have not given much text here, but still it has tried to summarize and create a meaningful answer and a good summarization. So in this way, we can use ChatGPT in our local system using the API keys, and hope you guys understood the basic introduction and implementation of ChatGPT. If you guys like this video, please click the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.